Hello, welcome to this Antagonized recap video for our day on the Darkside 2, which is our free Nuevo all-dayer held in Cardiff. So today we're split into 3 workshops. The first one was Soltadas and Enganches. The second one was Colgadas, and the third one was Canyengue. So starting off with the Soltadas workshop. We started off with a sidestep and taking the follower into a back ocho by pivoting her by taking my chest around to the left and closing the angle of my right shoulder to cause her to pivot back and take a back step. I was then taking my right leg, finding the point where I make contact with my follower inside of her right foot with my right foot and burritoing her across. We also then added in a follower's burrito so she can take the initiative, or as in this case, take the initiative and lead me back. I can then lead her through into another burrito, and if I open my chest to the left, you'll find I can get into this sandwich position. So Alison has sandwiched me here, so she now has control of the dance. She can do shoe shines, PKs, and any other decoration that she sees fit. Once I've felt that she's finished with that, I can take my chest over to the left, which causes her to passada out. I can then do my first soltada. So what we're going to do is I'm going to twist my chest to the left, which causes my arm to come around her, and she's going through. Notice that her feet have remained in place on the floor and she's just pivoted on the balls of both feet. I can then pick up her foot again and burrito her across for a second time and do the same sequence, and then this becomes a chain. So we now can get her into this position. I can step her across. If I change my foot position, I've got the opportunity to get a gancho here. Or, as I soltada her, she can gancho me with the other leg. If I'm loose with this leg, I can let her move my leg back as I take a side step, turn my back on her, I'm going to take my hand over her head, turn away from her, so my chest is now facing towards this window, so Alison's foot is facing towards the window. If I send my left leg back, I pivot my follower backwards, I can take a hand over her head, and I can find another one size to read, difficult to do slowly. So we can see how we can chain all of those together. So we're combining 2 different soltadas, one for the follower, one for the leader, and these sort of gancho, leg wrapping gancho to create a flow to them. So that was workshop. Workshop number 2 was Colgadas. So we start off with a load of exercises about just feeling how to get into the Colgada position, the hips back, countering each other's weight, and where the hand should be on the back. So we started off with a baleo to get into this Colgada, and we can do this from a hero, where I'm making sure my follower steps around me with this side step. So again, the side stepping is very important in a hero, that the follower is travelling from the leader's left-hand side to her right-hand side, and we're making this a circular motion. If I put my right foot on the outside of my follower, twist my chest, we end up with this back baleo, and because of the momentum of this, she actually gets sent away from me, so she's hanging away. I can go into a sandwich position while maintaining this hang, and she's countering my lean as well from here. I step back and around, she comes through into a sandwich, steps over, and we can do another one. Or, if I keep the momentum going, I can actually hang in around her, and we've got a Colgada calcita in the baleo position. We then took this premise and did a modification to it. So if we were doing a hero, and I'll start off with a forward ocho, so we've got the forward step phase, the side step phase, and the back step phase. If, when I do that middle side step phase, so here's the forward ocho, if I take her into this side step and I sink her down, so I've stepped to the right and lunged down, when I take her into the back step phase, she actually does a back planeo, so she goes down and that foot goes on the floor, and she can basically has to move away from me. And because this leg is bent, I can stand over it, and we get a turning or spinning Colgada in that position. You may see this also done just from stepping to the side, sending the follower's leg backwards, and then straddling over, and then shaking from there, but this is a smoother way of doing it. Finally, we looked at a totally different type of Colgada from basically an Americana position. So I was sending my follower through into forward ochos, and then I was stepping out with my left leg, and then stepping across my follower with my right. So this is not a true Americana, because I would be right leg to left leg. So here I'm right leg to right leg, but I have to send my follower away from me, get in this Colgada position. If I step back and around her, she has to step around, which closes off the Colgada. However, if I use that momentum, so just going to come straight into it from here, as she steps around, I can put my right foot behind her, lean her away there, and we can send her through into another Colgada, so we can get these sort of chain Colgada effects as we go around. Fighting follow doesn't fight leg.
Sorry. It's all melding into one.
Finally, we did our Neo Canyengue. So we're not sure if there's any other teachers that do this. There probably is, but we've not come across any. So this is taking a form of tango that very few people know anything about, and with good reason, because it's not documented. So what we're teaching you here has to be taken with a pinch of salt. So we start off by moving down the room in this new embrace with a hunch in the leg, or bend in the leg, leaning into each other, hand position with, I'm just keeping it down low. We will step into the side and through, and I can pivot my follower backwards, and I can do my own back steps as well, and we're lifting the feet while doing this. So again, these combinations. We then played around with rhythms, so you can slow bits down, and then speed stuff up to emphasise rhythms within the music. We also added in, if we take the follower outside the leader, we can do little kicks and flicks while in that position while travelling. We also looked at just changing this pattern, so we end up with more back steps and forward steps and side steps back in the other direction, which is effectively a more longer box. Then we look at effectively burritoing her, so I'm pivoting her backwards, picking up the foot, and we can do these burritos in the walk. When I'm in that position, I can send my follower into back baleos, leg wraps. I can do my own leg lift to pick up from here, or I can actually move her around and get these Volcada walks by moving her foot and picking it up and placing it into different crosses, which requires very free loose leg movement from the follower. And also, because of this lead and getting the balance from it, but it's something that we teach normally as Volcadas. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in another class very soon. Thank you for watching this Urban Tango Nights recap. If you like these videos, please subscribe to our channel by clicking the logo. You can find more of our class summaries down here and other videos of us dancing tango over here. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Meetup. Links are in the description below, and you can also subscribe to our newsletter using the link below.